General Hospital latest update. Tensions erupt on General Hospital as Drew demands Danny be arrested for kidnapping Scout. Willow loses it on Lucas and Carly schemes to evict Albrecht. Meanwhile, Joss is floored after spotting Vaughn flirting with the very much alive Britt. Who else knows she's back? Drew hits another low and demands, spoiler, be arrested for kidnapping Scout, and Joss spots the very much alive Britt. Today on General Hospital, Lulu seeks Carly's help dealing with Albrecht. Emma plans to bide her time. Willow makes a costly mistake and Outback finds a new home. Joss wakes up at the Five Poppies to Vaughn surprising her with breakfast in bed, and another show for the staff delivering the meal. As they dig into the breakfast, Joss suggests they split up today to patrol. He should check out the grounds and she'll check out the facilities and can even sell it as being interested in the spa. Britt makes a friend. Britt is out tanning on the patio and, via her phone and social media, looks at a photo of Rocco in his baseball uniform. Pascal walks over and says she made excellent progress last night. Britt says when she gets what she wants, they gets results. Pascal notes, when you aren't distracted. He appears to have noticed she's been fixated on her phone lately. Back in the honeymoon suite before heading out for the day, Joss reflects on all her times training with Vaughn, their talks and the romantic moments between them. We can see where this is going. Vaughn heads out to the patio, meets Britt and learns she's a resident of the resort. Vaughn talks her up to find out some details about the place, and wonders if she could show him around. She quickly notices his wedding ring and wonders if he's happily married. He says he is and his wife would be fine with him chatting with her. Joss appears in the distance and spots Vaughn talking with a woman flirtatiously, but can't see her face. Who will adopt poor Outback? At the Metro Court pool, Gio tells Rocco that Outback can't stay at Anna's, so they must find her a new home. Albrecht arrives and meets Outback and says she reminds her of the hound she had as a child. Suddenly, Lulu walks in, sees Rocco with Albrecht and the dog and storms off. Gio has to get back to work and leaves Rocco to look after Outback. When Albrecht praises dogs as creatures who love unconditionally, Rocco suggests she adopt Outback and that he'd owe her. At the bar, Emma confronts her grandma for getting Dalton's lecture cancelled. Anna admits she did and she knows it was Dalton's lab in California that she broke into. Now she's doing it again at PCU to bust him for testing on animals. Did she learn nothing from being expelled from her last school? Anna reminds her a third arrest could jeopardize her future, and that she's only trying to protecting Emma from herself. Lulu enlists Carly's aid. Lulu goes down to the restaurant and tells Carly that she needs to evict Albrecht from her hotel now, as she can see Rocco anytime while she's living here. Carly notes Rocco will know she put her up to this, so Lulu tells her to come up with a creative excuse. Carly agrees to find a way to send Albrecht packing. Lulu takes off and Carly spots Marco talking to Alexis. Alexis needs Marco's advice. At a table, Alexis asks for Marco's objective opinion on whether she can get custody of her granddaughter from Drew, in light of the terrible choices he's been making that have negatively affected Scout. Marco agrees with Molly's original assessment that she could only get temporary custody. Alexis knows that means Drew would regain custody and cause even more issues. Drew's desperation stinks through the screen. At the hospital, Drew shows up to see Willow and she tells him this isn't the time or place. Drew asks when the right time or place is. Lucas intervenes and asks if Drew has business here. Willow lets Lucas know she can handle this and thanks him. Lucas steps away and Willow tells Drew that he needs to leave. Her work is the one positive she has when she goes to court. Drew cries that he wants to help her get her kids back, but she states she doesn't want or need his help as he cost her the kids to begin with. Scout misses her family. At the Q's, Jason discovers Danny picked up Scout from camp and brought her there. Scout happily hugs her uncle Jason when she sees him. Danny explains that he visited his sister at camp, and she begged him to bring her here. Jason says he has to call Drew, but Scout begs him not to as she doesn't want to leave. Jason decides to call Alexis, interrupting her meeting with Marco at the Metro Court, and tells her that she has to come to the mansion immediately. Drew gets an alarming call. Back at the hospital, Drew professes his love to Willow when they're interrupted by a call from Lila's kids. Drew learns Scout is missing and says he'll be right there. Willow tells Drew that when she was a teacher, kids often snuck off to explore, but they always turned up. She asks Drew to let her know when he finds her. Drew leaves and Lucas saw their entire exchange. Lucas gives Willow help. Later, Willow finds Lucas in the lounge and thanks him for his help, but says she didn't need it. He snarks that to him it seemed like she wanted him gone so she could talk to Drew. He says, "Frankly, to be seen talking to that man makes you look pathetic." Willow accuses him of policing her, suggesting he'll probably run back to tattle to Michael and Carly. The two get into a heated argument, with Lucas noting that the day he lost Wiley was the hardest day of his life, and his only comfort was that he knew he'd be safe in her loving arms. Lately though, she's putting Wiley last and her needs first. He tells her that she's like an addict and Drew is her drug of choice. What to do about Scout? Alexis arrives at the Quartermain place and is surprised to see Scout. Jason asks Danny to take Scout to see the horses, and then tells Alexis that Scout begged Danny to bring her here. Alexis feels for Scout as she misses her family and her mother. Danny and Scout return from the stables, and Jason makes an excuse to give Alexis and Scout time alone. Alexis asks her granddaughter why she left camp. She explains she asks her dad all the time to bring her here, but something always happens and he doesn't. Scout cries that she misses Danny and Rocco and hates not living with them. In the foyer, Jason says his son can't take Scout wherever he wants. Danny says Scout is lonely and Mom would want him to take care of her. Suddenly, Drew bursts in with Chase and demands to know where his daughter is. Chase explains to Jason that Danny was seen taking Scout from camp. Scout rushes out and into her dad's arms. Drew sends Scout to the car, but she cries that she hasn't even seen Grandma Monica. He says they'll visit another time, which she quickly points out is what he always says. Once Scout leaves, Danny tells Drew that Scout misses them and wants to be here. Alexis asks Drew how a teenager can see this and he can't. Carly gives Marco a lecture. Back at the Metro Court, Carly approaches Marco to discuss things between him and her brother. She wants to make sure he isn't going to make Lucas pick between his father and Sonny, as she doesn't want him to complicate her brother's life. He suggests she's more worried about their dating complicating her life. Carly just doesn't want to see her brother hurt. She tells him that if he's not into Lucas as much as Lucas is into him, she'd rather see him walk away from her brother than hurt him even more down the road. Marco understands where she's coming from and takes off. Emma isn't giving up. Up at the pool, Rocco asks Albrecht about adopting Outback. She unfortunately can't as the hotel doesn't allow pets. Lulu returns and spots her son still with Albrecht. Gio tells Emma that now that Anna knows everything, her plan is over. Emma thinks otherwise. Emma says she'll walk the straight and narrow for the next few weeks, throw her grandma off her trail, and then come after Dalton even harder. Seriously, is anyone into this storyline at all? Later, Lulu smirks as she watches Rocco tell Albrecht that there is an issue charging her orders to her room, so for now she needs to use a credit card. Albrecht takes off and Rocco brings Outback to meet his mom. Rocco asks her if they can adopt Outback, who needs a new home. In the show's final moments, at the Quartermains, Drew explains he sent Scout to the car so she doesn't see what is about to happen. Drew tells Chase to arrest Danny for kidnapping his daughter. Everyone gasps and even Chase is stunned. In the hospital lounge, Willow tells Lucas that Wiley is not his son any longer. Lucas says Wiley's still his family and her mess is spilling into this hospital. Stella, Liz, Deanna and more are stepping up to write statements of support for her, and she's making them look like fools by associating with Drew. He tells her to her face that it is clear she cares more about Drew than her kids. Willow up and slaps him, immediately appearing shocked by what she did. Goodbye job and glowing references. At the pool, Lulu tells Rocco they have a lot going to take on a dog, but the minute she learns he asked Albrecht to adopt her first, Lulu agrees to adopt the pup. Rocco embraces her. Who feels bad for Outback being made into a pawn? In the restaurant, Albrecht confronts Carly for being evicted from her room. Carly explains that it has mold and they'll compensate her with a room elsewhere. Albrecht knows this is Lulu's doing and insists she'll tell Rocco what his mother's up to. Back at the resort, when Britt asks Vaughn to spray her back, Joss is stunned to get a clear look at a very much alive Britt. On the next General Hospital, Joss tells Vaughn that Britt is supposed to be dead. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.